Traveler? Paimon?
Kaniche! Fancy meeting you here!
I'll get straight to the point. I hear you accepted a proposal.
Oh! The, turnfire knight, you mean,
Chill, it's cool.
once and for...
That's right. He
To the Night Kingdom?
to his death.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Are you serious right now? You shouldn't go blurting out
Too blunt? Okay. There is potentially a possibility that Elder Trinidad may be hoping that during the course of the ceremony, you kill the Mountain King.
But that's ridiculous! He told us the Mountain King is a living symbol of your tribe's glory.
And that glory comes at a price.
Oh, that's right. The Mountain King is a living symbol of our glory, but even... yes, and then...
She likely won't be the last to lose her life.
Still, is killing the Mountain King really the only way? It seems so
The Mountain King is a unique case when it comes to abyssal contamination. It's eaten away at him for so long that it has consumed him, and that evil power has both driven him insane and kept him alive over the centuries. So, to look at it one way, once it's completely purged from his body, the Mountain King will finally be able to rest in peace. In past ceremonies, we've only purged around half of the abyssal power.
Trinidad didn't say anything about how much...
Then it sounds like you'll know for sure.
If he really asks us to kill the Mountain King, what should we do?
I know this must come as quite a shock, so I suggest you act like you didn't hear anything for now. But would you have time to visit the chief after your meeting with I'd like to make a deal with...
What kind of
One that comes at a very reasonable price. I'm sure... Good.
mighty...
It was...
Glad to hear it. Things are progressing very smooth. There are still those who insist that the ceremony should be performed by the bearer of the Malipo name. But they're...
Plus, Kaniche doesn't want to do it anyway.
Exactly. So, now, it's time for us... We covered the fire lighting part of the proceedings. It's quite simple. You just need to use the sacred flame. We've done... One point I'd like to stress...
Asleep, huh?
Precisely. In previous years, but I understand that you have a... With your help, I'm up to...
Traveler?
So this doesn't faze you at all, huh? That's all you really need. In the meantime, and if you wouldn't mind help...
So now we have extra errands?
Just a humble suggestion, that's all. It will help you gain the respect of our people, and as a mighty hero, I'll be sticking around for the next few days.
Seems like Kaniche was right. We should go meet up with him right away.
Huh. You're here.
Kaniche! Elder Trinidad said that...
I can tell. It's written up.
Is that the Traveler and Paimon? Forgive me for not being there to
Hello, Chief Waina.
I only heard the news from Trinidad yesterday, so I asked Kaniche to... I believe Kaniche is... However, I would like to request that you take steps to ensure the Mountain King's safety. Every child of our tribe grows up hearing the tales of our heroes. From Yupanqui the Firebringer to... This is our history and our heritage, the source of our pride. And to kill the Mountain King would be to destroy our spirit. I would never be able to face our ancestors in the Night King. Nana's death was a great tragedy, and I do not blame Trinidad for the actions he has taken. Nevertheless, I cannot allow any harm to come to the Mountain King. The very roots of our identity are at stake. My honored guests, please give this matter your Perhaps there is. But despite all our attempts to contain the situation over the years, we've not found it. Right now, I should like to hear where you stand on this matter. I must say, I find this troubling. Though I'm sure you need more time to consider it.
So, Kaniche, earlier you...
Let's walk and talk. I'll show...
That works too. why you turned Trinidad down. You knew what he was planning, didn't you? That's why you didn't want to be the flame bearer this time, because it's a double-edged sword. The whole Mora thing was just a sneaky...
Double-edged sword is right. But my response wasn't merely an excuse. I'm working on it.
Really? Well, come on.
In a moment. Didn't you have a...
Oh, yeah. What was it again? Oh!
I agree that he has a problem. He needs disciplining, so I hired him a teacher.
You got him a teacher? Oh, Paimon would love... Anyway, moving on. When we ran into a house, he said you two were investigating some abyss thing together. Is that related to the whole Mountain King situation?
Yes, that's the angle I've been working on. I'm a Saurian hunter, but I occasionally hunt the abyss, too. One time I was pursuing some purple demonic dogs when I accidentally entered a hidden I did some research after the fact. Apparently they're known as beastly rifts, and there are many of them of all different sizes. So, if we can locate one of these beastly rifts, clear the monsters out, and move the Mountain King inside, he'd be able to continue living.
Whoa, that sounds...
It's not without its risks, of course. Still, we desperately need some... The chief is adamant about
Paimon can understand.
Yes, but on the flip side, and he has every right to take that view. No one can seriously tell them...
You're right. There's no easy... Because at least in our experience, the dogs open the rifts when they want to attack us, not the other way around.
I think I know a way. You have any better...
Not at the moment. After all, the abyss is what...
If it doesn't end well, the Mountain King's erratic outbursts have brought tensions within the tribe to a boiling point. Unless this gets resolved quickly...
All right. So...
All I need you to do is keep people away from... I'm getting harassed on a daily basis by people trying to convince me to be the flame bearer. I can't afford to waste... If you help me out...
Ooh, what kind?
Something well worth your while. I'd just keep doing that way. Then, when the day...
Still sounds pretty... And even if it...
At least the two of them would finally be on the same side of the issue. The tribe needs leaders like them far more than a Saurian... Can I take that to me?
For sure. And who knows?
Great. Well, for the next couple of... Good luck to us both.
Okay, task for the day. Meet the tribe's people and take some heat off of Kenichi's back.
Pony, how could...
Because he hurt a lot of people. And look what happened.
But it wasn't on purpose. The Mountain King is sick, that's all. He's been hurt by the abyss.
That's true. But the fact remains that he's not...
How can you be so harsh to someone who's sick? If you don't...
Toba, Huni...
Pony's saying nasty things about the mountain.
Once upon a time, maybe. But not anymore.
Yesterday...
Toba? Fine. I guess my dad is right. Things change. As of today, our friendship is... Oh, come on! Cut it out, you two! The Traveler is gonna be the flame bearer for the next...
What? Really?
So that's what my dad wanted it to be fair.
Wait.
Oh, yeah. Good question. We can get him to come.
No, we can't let that happen.
I didn't mean to argue with Toba. All he said... Yeah, if you weren't Fred... all right. Dad just really...
Huh? Oh. I shouldn't have spoken.
That's more like it. Now you're back. Guess so. I'd better go buy some... See you, Toba. See you, Traveler.
Okay. I'll head...
Okay, take care, you two. Even though they said they're sorry, it looks like their friendship isn't... Come on, let's... Huh? What's going on over there? Hey there! What's happening?
A rehearsal for the Turnfire Night dance.
Ooh, there's a dance in...
You don't know it? Ah, I guess you're not from these parts, huh?
Why do you say that?
Because of the Turnfire Night, of course. The Mountain King could wake up at any time. That's why we're... This isn't one of those fun and games festivals.
Well, did you know that the flame bearer this time is actually gonna...
Oh, I did hear about that. It's a first for sure. What? Oh, it's funny. I was just thinking that I'll probably miss out on...
You're not taking part in the turnfire night?
You... Not bad, right?
Oh, very...
Well, I feel like the whole Mountain King situation is getting more and more precarious. It's just not safe here anymore. The question is, what are we gonna do about this in the long term? But our leaders don't have any answers for us. They're probably too busy the way things are going, it's only a matter of time before it gets violent. So I figured...
You look a little
Disappointed? Nah.
What's the Saurian...
You've never heard of it? It's a group of amateur history enthusiasts who do research on the ancient Saurian era. They're all about collecting... Speaking of which, the...
A how?
Oh, yeah, him. Then, do you know how they met? It was deep inside some mysterious ruin, and they signed a contract there. The association folks say that the kind of contract usually comes with a huge hidden...
Really?
Who knows? But if it's true, Kenichi can probably handle it. He knows what he's doing with weighing up contracts and costs and stuff. I doubt he'd make a contract that doesn't... Strangely enough, I actually happened upon a strange mural a while back, and it looked to me like it was depicting a Saurian and a human involved in some kind of...
Oh, does that count as a relic?
You bet it does. I was all ready to go take a... But after all the Abyssal activity recently, or...
If all you need to get is a picture, that should be...
Wait,
Come on, it's no...
Pyro Archon above. You two... Of course it is!
Scry the sky.
There it is. It's inside these ruins.
Alrighty then. Stay back and take cover.
Great minds think alike.
Transfixed! As one with wind and cloud!
Everybody stand back! Written in the stars!
Witness my rise! Overruled!
That should be the last of them. It's... Hey, look! That's gotta be it, right? Definitely looks like a mural. True. Now that you mention it, most ancient murals take up a whole huge wall. This looks more like someone with a paintbrush. It does match the story he told us, though. There's a Saurian. Whatever. That's a wrap. Let's take it back to Tiago.
You've been robbed? Oh,
Oh, I put blood, sweat, and tears into that, and now I've got nothing.
Tiago, is this the picture you were looking for?
Let me take a look. Hey, Ponche! Come and say hi to these guys. They're gonna be the...
Wait, are you...
Huh? You all...
My nephew Toba's been telling everyone about you. He says you're crazy strong.
Oh, so you're Toba's uncle. Sounds like we managed to make a bit of a...
Toba's not wrong, my friend.
Really?
Allow me to explain. Ponche...
I spent years of my life on the word Malipo alone. I covered at least 5...
It was an unparalleled...
And now it's all gone. That little goon ambushed me during my morning walk.
That book was everything to him. It's like they robbed him of his soul when they took it.
Dear honored guests of our clan, I am but a helpless...
See what I mean, Ponche?
I don't know... Hey! You...
What do you want now, you old bum? God, you're a waste of space. Prepare to get Oh, what's this? Eat dirt, suckers!
Hey, he's trying to get away! You good? Let's chase him down.
Stop, please! By all the warriors here, please. I don't have your stuff anymore.
Oh, yeah? Well, where is it then? You threw it away?
The old bum's bag didn't have a single mora in it. Just a tatty. All that time lying in wait was for nothing.
Is that really the truth?
The same place you found me. Look, I swear on the Pyro Archon, it's the truth. May all my worldly possessions...
Okay, that's a pretty... What do we do now? It sounds like he's telling the truth. Right, let's...
Although the turnfire is a heroic symbol in Hoytzatlan, it always comes with the more... This holds true for all bearers of this ancient name in recorded history. This appears to suggest the existence of some higher power that is always... Yupanqui's turnfire. Let me see, the author is...
Silence, book muncher! The great Kahula will suffer your droning voice no longer.
Do you truly find no joy at all in perusing such rich
Joy? What joy is there in this pointless drivel?
Well, it makes a pretty shocking prediction. Every bearer of the ancient name Malipo eventually meets a grisly end.
What? You're saying Kenichi will die a violent death? When? When will that glorious day arrive?
Wow, you are just irredeemable, aren't you? An agent of chaos down to the core. You make a...
Silence, maggot! To presume that anyone compares your kind with the great Kahula is sheer vanity. And if that day ever comes...
You don't need to let... All civilizations will be reduced to rubble by the passage of time. From ancient kingdom... But from the ruins of every civilization, the dust will rise and never settle, thus transcending the And you, great... Now, let me take a...
We're so sorry, Mr. Ponche, but we couldn't...
Does that mean... Oh,
You gotta stay positive, Ponche. You might have lost the book, but the brains behind it...
the whole reason I worked so hard to get it finished before the Turnfire night is because I hoped that, well, not exactly.
Oh, really?
I think the key to all of this...
Ponche, you know as...
You're right, but Malipo made...
Yeah, I remember that story. Maybe you're the special case. Most kids...
I'm not talking about child...
Like what?
Like the fact that the Mountain King is still alive. Everyone attributes that to the power. The key factor is that Burkina summoned the power of Malipo at the... If you don't believe me...
Traveler, different situation but similar idea. Doesn't this remind...
So, I came to the conclusion that it began with the...
Hey. Sorry to interrupt.
I'm sorry. I was originally planning on presenting my findings to Kinich. I'd hoped he would be...
Sounds to me like you dreamed up one fanciful theory to support another.
Kinich, what are you...
I more or less finished what I was doing, so I came to have a quick catch-up.
Kinich! I'm onto something. I haven't worked out all the details.
So Mr. Ponche here has done a lot of research on the history...
I'll be there, Ponche. Let's go. Here will do. Yeah. I'd like your help giving it a trial.
Sounds like you're...
You heard him.
Yet.
I think it's possible. Burkina didn't fall to the abyss. He was killed by the Mountain King in an episode of madness. In his final moments, Burkina made the fateful decision to not fight back, and instead pass his blood and power on to the Mountain King. Maybe he thought the Mountain King was stronger than him, and more valuable to the tribe. Either way, I can...
How can you drop these truths?
This is what I've gleaned from my many interactions with the Mountain King. His mind is so disordered. The story Elder Trinidad told you was the more palatable version of events. The Mountain King's mind isn't just disordered. He is suffering.
What? Then what?
Of course not. We should help him move to a new home. It's the only practical... The Mountain King is a hero to my tribe. An object of worship, even. Still, he's been the cause of multiple disasters.
Ugh. Practical solutions hurt Paimon's brain. Can we...
Then let's break for the day.
Fate is called as such, for it cannot be changed, nor can it be reversed. It can only... With rain this heavy, not only are the stars clouded, so too is my scryglass hazy. With rain this heavy, not only are the stars clouded, so too is my scryglass hazy.
You're here.
Oh, so, the gruesome twosome come corrupt? Very well. The almighty Dragon Lord Kahul?
Kinich, didn't you say you found him a teacher? He's just as out of control as ever!
Hey! No one gets to discipline the almighty Dragon Lord Kahul, how? No one!
Maybe because I've never had a gentle-natured companion like... Yeah, I see what I'm...
Kinich! Ugh! We could drown this measly flying ant in one droplet of spit! How dare you compare her to the almighty Dragon Lord Kahul, how? Oh, just wait till I possess your dead body! I will commit heinous atrocities! Tear down your legacy! Destroy...
Traveler, Paimon, let's get down to business.
With pleasure. You don't need to ask.
I got my hands on this device in a trade. It's meant as bait, but it'll also stabilize the abyssal energy. The Rift Towns will tear through space to get to this. You'll find out soon enough. They'll tear you to pieces given half the chance, so be careful.
Into the wind.
Target acquired.
I'm going in!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Let's light it up!
Locked up.
Uh-oh. Are there even bigger ones on the way?
You see, Kinich? I'm a man of my word. In fact, I'd say I underpromised and
I take it this is your true
Now that our deal is complete, it's time to start the next phase of our relationship. I made a cliché, I know. The hero's trusted partner sells him out to the abyss in a shocking act of betrayal.
Huh? Angel?
Huh? What are you two doing here? Oh, Mr. Kinich, this is not—
Traveler, this is the gift I got you. I know you're looking for intel on the Abyss Order, but it looks like you've already met.
Yikes. Frosty reception. Gotta say, I kind—
Don't be ridiculous. Sounds like you—
There we have it. Change is inevitable and not—
Sanka! Aha! So your glasses got—
What does it matter? A name is a super—
That would explain a lot.
I'll pass.
Wait. Of course. You're—
Haven't I told you before? I'm not part of the inner circle who do our Highness's bidding. I spend my time—
I investigated him. He's not connected to the recent events. So, I struck a deal with him.
But that's all over. And now Kinich wants to hand me over. That would have given me some more time to study. But now I've run into you, which is just my luck. Or maybe I've incited the wrath of the turnfire. And this is the— Wait, does that count?
How? You are the worst of the worst! Colluding with the Abyss Order against Kinich?
There is no betrayal. The Almighty Dragon—
Don't worry, I told him.
Yes, and you should have picked a bigger fish. The Abyss Order?
It looks like your disciplinary measures have been less than
What did you expect? Behavioral rehab isn't really our thing. Otherwise—
The abysmal disorder would suit you better. Kanish!
Traveler?
Hey now, I could never beat— Do me a favor, and remember how fast I disappear. Maybe then you'll show me a little respect next time.
Darn! He got away again!
It's alright. He's not worth our time and energy. Besides, it seems like he's in debt.
If you say so. Still, Paimon's—
To borrow that guy's words, names are superficial labels. Think of it like apples that have fallen from it. Even the unripe fruit blown off its branch before it's—
Huh. Well, in that specific—
Of course! Only the almighty Dragon Lord, Kahula How, is rotten to the core, and—
Ugh. So what exactly are you anyway? You're definitely the evilest little thing Paimon's ever met.
Don't worry. He can't hurt a fly. You...
Paimon heard that those kinds of contracts might come with—
Such as a how watching me like a ravenous vulture?
Vulture? Vulture? We are the Dragon Supreme! Sovereign ruler of the nation!
Let's pick this up another time. You should go back and get some rest.
Oh, yeah.
Then it can't hurt to say this one more time. Good. See you tomorrow.
Ah, at long last. I hear you've done much for our people these last. Many young people have heard the rumor.
Well, they won't have to wait for. We really hope we can.
Well,
Off we go.
here we are.
Our honored guests have arrived. I have heard much about your fun.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, if it means getting them.
A resolution will come.
No one would disagree with you if that were possible. Look around you. Can't you see how our numbers have dwindled since the last turn?
The ceremony was arranged on short notice. Many are away from home and could not make it back.
That may be so, but
Good evening, Traveler in Paimon.
Kanichi! Not a moment too soon.
Chief Wayna, Elder Trinidad, could you give us a minute? I'd like to give the Traveler a few pointers as the previous flame bearer.
Very well. But make it quick.
Let's step to the side.
Yeah, Elder Trinidad did, but,
What a surprise! The flying ant has an ant-sized brain.
If you don't want your tongue to be burned off by the sacred flame tonight, I suggest you stay quiet. See those sacred flame pillars? Once you've lit the fire, go light each one up in turn. Once that's done, head down into the cave where the Mountain King slumbers, light the braziers along the way, then bring the flame to the final altar. Then the ceremony.
that sounds simple enough.
The process isn't complicated, but remember, you mustn't turn back at any point. If you miss a pillar, you can't light the next one, then come back to it. You have to keep moving forward, or it's seen as disrespecting our ancestors. If that happens, you won't receive the blessing of the turn. I made you a diagram that summarizes the steps. Take a look.
So that's our part.
I'll be with you the whole way. You can leave that side of things.
Okay. We'll try to remember all that and get it right.
Ready when you are. But I think I saw who. Just tell the chief when you're.
How are you doing? I'm counting on you. Bypassed fuel and my brothers and sisters.
Go get the sacred flame. Nicely done. Off to a good start. Great stuff. You're over halfway. Keep it up. Impressive. Just one more to go. Come on, one last push. The final sacred flame pillar is up ahead. Great. All the pillars are alight. Next, it's down into the canyon and head for the Mountain King's cave. Almost there. The cave is just up ahead. The Abyss presence is growing strong. We should deal with the contamination first.
The wind knows me.
There's the altar of the Sacred Flame. Remember, light up the torches around it first.
Into the wind.
That's the Mountain King up ahead, right?
That's him. Kangamato, king of the Yumkasaurs from 500 years ago. He's very...
Paimon can tell. He is huge. Let's tread carefully.
You've made it at last. You did even better than I expected.
Traveler, now comes the final and most important step of the ceremony. Please use the power of the sacred flame.
There's no need this time.
Such strong abyssal power. What is that thing? Kinich! What is the meaning of this?
Is that a beast?
Chief Wyna, Elder Trinidad, this is about to...
What do you think you're doing?
Solving the Mountain King issue.
You mean by having him torn to pieces by rift hounds?
No, stop! We can't...
Foolish Locust! Can't you see? We're trying to shove your Locust King into the beastly rift!
But...
I'm sorry, Chief Wyna and Elder Trinidad.
Can you promise me that no harm will come to them?
I can't guarantee it, but I'm fairly confident.
Traveler, this is not what we agreed on. You must cleanse the Mountain King of every last trace of abyssal contamination. Okay, I see what this is.
You imbecile!
Oh no! The device is...
You forced my hand. I had no...
Elder Trinidad! What are you...
No! The Mountain King is waking up! He will cause...
Everyone, out! Now!
Well, it seems there's only... Take me, oh Mountain King! Take me as your next sacrifice!
Everyone's still outside. We have to keep the Mountain King here. Give me a hand. That was unexpected.
Time to go. One with nature.
Watch out for the fruits he's spitting out. I can use those against him. Yeah, that's it.
Everybody stand back!
Decided by destiny.
Everlasting as the moon. Transfixed. Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds calm. Laid bare.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Claim these souls.
Glory to which none can compare!
My mistake.
Especially not when I'm in a bad mood. Measly insects!
This is where you fall. Transfixed.
Fate is upon you.
What do? We can't open the rift!
Kill me! Put an end to White Zetlan's shame!
By past fuel and present flame, life marches ever on.
Oh, Burkina, I must atone.
Patience. We will answer to the fire for all our deeds. Even if one day I fall behind, never look back. Keep moving forward, as we are now.
Live with your guilt and shame. This is the price to pay.
Heir to the turnfire, please use my ruined vessel to train the heroes of the future. The will of Kangamato will march ever on, till the abyss is stamped out.
Pretty eventful day yesterday, huh? Paimon wonders how things are doing now.
Traveler, you've come at just the right time. Trinidad's condition is stabilized. He suffered burns on much of his body, but we believe he'll...
Guess that's the best news we could hope for.
We're simply not afraid to charge ahead into the unknown. He's fine. Don't worry. He's gone to check on the Mountain King. After the incident yesterday, a transparent shell is formed around the Mountain King's body. We don't understand the mechanism behind it. It is somewhat akin to a scab, in that it stops the abyssal energy within him from bleeding out, while also preventing further abyssal energy from seeping in and infecting. We've never seen anything like it. The tribe's most senior elders believe it was caused when he was burned by the sacred flame, similar to the way burned wood becomes charcoal. I think their theory makes sense. After all, we've never thrown the Mountain King directly into the sacred flame before.
Wow. So it's made a barrier against abyssal...
It's practically a miracle from what we've seen of it so far. It means that the Mountain King's level of abyssal energy is now stable. No longer.
Wow. That's amazing!
I know what you're thinking. The young people in the tribe are already speculating that yesterday's ceremony was a turnfire because you and Kinich, you summoned the very flame that appears in our... And that fire is what saved the Mountain King.
Whoa! So that was...
I may be the chief of this tribe, but I've only ever known the turnfire as a concept in our legends. I cannot... If anyone can answer it, I suspect it would be the bearer of the Malipo name. He is in the Mountain King's...
Ah, so Kinich then. Why don't
Hey yourselves. You two doing okay?
we were gonna ask you the same question. You scared Paimon half...
Sorry, I couldn't just stand and watch them out.
So you thought you'd try and extinguish the sacred flame with Dendro? Or is that an attempt to make the almighty Dragon Lord Kahula?
The sacred flame only possesses a fraction of the Pyro Archon's power.
Kinich, when you went into the flames...
Intending to
do the...
Sacrifice myself? Of course not. My focus was on keeping them, but now I'm curious. What made you think I was going to...
Well, because and Panche's theory was that summoning the turnfire is a
So I'm afraid I can't say for sure. What happened?
Well, even if you don't know, there's
What I would say is, if that really was the power of the turnfire, I'd sooner.
the Mountain King? Then what price?
The core meaning of price is not atonement or compensation, but what you're willing to give up It's easy to die for your sins. Much harder to live with the guilt and keep on going. In the end, the Mountain King chose the left.
All right. So, how is the Mountain King?
Health-wise, there's nothing to worry about. He'll enter a fighting stance whenever we set foot in his territory. But his attacks are gentler now and not as crazed as before. Like he said yesterday, he just intends to be a sparring partner for people to practice with. Yeah, I tried communicating with him again, but he...
We dare say that Locust King has well and truly lost its mind. The lights are on, but no, its body remains fighting fit thanks to the perverse power of the Abyss. But time has been less kind to its soul. It was...
But we saw him come back to his senses yesterday.
That was merely one last burst of brain activity before it croaked. As you humans would say, it...
Oh, come on! Stop being such a doomer. Paimon bets the Mountain King has finally let go of the tragedies of... That's why he doesn't have time to chat with us. He's too busy thinking about the future.
Well, at least it means my fellow tribespeople can move forward now, too. Thank you for your help, Traveler.
Yeah, that's right. You caught Enjo for us.
But he ended up being completely useless. It's not a fair
that's on him. It's not your fault he's useless. Besides, we're friends now. You don't know us anything.
Friends? But your friendship is an even more valuable gift. So, promise me. If you need anything for you,
So... Yeah, everyone's happy except me. First Nana, then my dad. What is a pony?
It'll be okay. Your dad will get better soon.
Toba, you're my friend. Huh?
Now hold your horses, kiddo. If you promise not to fight, Uncle Song... Okay, before you roll your eyes out of your skull, I promise you can trust me. I almost... All right, I'll just get to the point. Do you know what...
What?
Your extreme...
Huh?
On my first day here, I got hit by someone falling out of the sky. It's a dangerous sport, to be sure, but the courage it took...
Oh, such a nice friend.
Of course. Anyway, in the hands of the enemy... Why does Uncle Sanka always have to... But in the end, I made it through, and I left all of those...
Is that the moral of the story is to look for...
Very smart, Hoonie. What I'm trying to tell you is that after I reunited with my friend, she's right behind you.
Another trick about not turning back? I'm not falling for that one again. Huh?